Hi all, we're into episode 5 of Draconian Conjurer for Game of the Month. I'm Ultraviolet 4. We were attempting to clear Orc 2 here. We sort of made it to the entrance of the main end vault, but I made a bit of a bad play right at the end of the last one, and that was trying to play too fast and not noticing that we suddenly had an Etta next to us and wailing on us, which is extremely dangerous because these guys do huge amounts of damage when you only have 126 HP max. I think I gave it two chances to swing at us. I think it only did once. Well, when it swings once, it swings twice, so figure that one out. put your two heads together. Anyway, so this isn't great. I think fortunately we have the Orc Warrior next to us, so I think we might be able to sort of dance around, maybe LRD the end behind the Orc Warrior, but we just have to be really careful of this dispersal trap here, because that could ruin everything. Oh yeah, so he's switching with the Orc. Oh, we're starving. I'm gonna have to use my gap turn to eat. That's annoying. Oh, there's Curare on the floor. That would be really useful against the end. Maybe I should just pick that up as we swing around. Yeah, you know what? Oh, he's random energying back on top of us. Nah. Okay, that wasn't great. Well, we got the Curare, but now he's on top of us, and I need to go like this, which I can't without giving him a free shot. So this might be a good time to random blink. It's a 4% chance to fail. Alright, we got a great blink, and we went back towards the stairs. This might give us time to Curare him. Let's wheel our Blowgun. He didn't. Oh, because that was a poison needle. Okay, we got to quiver the Curare. There we go. And so now that he's slowed, we get a chance to use things on him. What are we going to use on him? Prisms? No, we failed it. Not the time. I guess because I still got the blowgun out. Okay, hang on. Gotta go. Why don't I just shoot him again? Okay, we got him. Okay, let's... I'm doing all this nonsense and he's just dying to poison while I just mess around with things. I missed. Very good. Let's finish him off with a... whatever that thing's called. An LRD. Alright, we got him. Okay. Well, that was a very opportune couple of Curares to find. And why are we not picking them up? I don't know. Oh, right. Josephine? No, what's it? It was the unique who had them. Yeah, it's Josephine. Okay. Yeah, very well timed. Let's, we can keep those quivered for the next time we find an Etten. Ah, like right now. Alright, it's double trouble. Or quadruple trouble, depending on how you count them. Alright. Let's see if that one actually manages to hit. Got him. Cool. Earth Magic goes to 10. How much Earth Magic do we need? LRD's at 5% to fail with Wizardry. No. I was gonna say, LRD can't miss even against invis enemies. But then we failed it. Okay, so without Wizardry, our LRD is 13%. Alright, I don't mind going a bit more Earth Magic. We've got our skill target set for 12. That seems acceptable. Yeah. It's going to keep dropping as well as our shield skill gets trained. So maybe I can just stop it here. Yeah, because as we train shields, it's going to go down further. So I'm going to turn off Earth Magic here. And I really want to have Invocation so we can use Shadow Form. So let's focus that as well, and let's say, I don't know how much we'll need, but let's first go to 8 and then we can look from there. Because it's a panic button where when you need it, you really don't want it to fail. We've got an orc warlord here. Okay, let's see if we can shoot him on the way here. Didn't do much damage. Okay. I think, oh, he's got a glaive. It's a vampiric glaive. Okay, so he's actually, we're in range to be shot right now. Okay. I'm gonna try to get some other things in the way. Alright, we'll get him to drop back like this so we can curare him again. Like the Ettins. Same play. And then, I guess while he's next to a wall and slowed, we may as well try to LRD him. He can hit us now. Alright. Okay, the slow ran out. Why don't I get rid of this warg who's fast? Oh, because I failed. I'm really laggy this morning. This is my upgraded internet. Come on, game. Cool. Well, we kind of didn't do that much damage to the warlord, and we're out of magic points. So I feel like we just go back up and reset. If the game will let me get there. Wow, this is laggy. And let's not make that mistake. I'm gonna immediately walk to the other stair so I don't go back down next to the warlord. Oh my god, the lag. There's inverter 1. It's happening. Seems like all the, oh there he is. All the other orcs came except the warlord. And then he appeared. Did the dispersal trap disappear? No, it's up there. These, okay, they look nothing alike. I was gonna say those two pillars look the same, but they really don't. Alright, you know what else we could do? I wonder if we can petrify him. 31%? That's not bad, we got him first go. Okay, so this is the thing, I've had a few people tell me, but the synergy, you can petrify something and then LRD. Look, it doesn't really do anything. When enemies get LRD'd, they get a lot more, whatchamacallit, I mean it's kind of working, but they get a lot more damage resistance. So if you just try to LRD something, it's still very hard to kill it. So what we could do, we've only got 7 acid charges, I don't really want to blow those. Let's just kill him with poison. So a projectile can't miss if an enemy's paralyzed or asleep. So we can actually just shoot a bunch of regular poison needles at him and get him super poisoned. And then I guess now we can hit him with some other stuff. Okay, he should go down here, I think. One more LRD when I've got the magic point should do the trick. Oh, he died to the poison. Okay, never mind. One thing to notice is that LRD makes us very hungry. Am I worried about that? So I guess we're noticing it in order to save. We don't really need to notice it too much. The reason that's bad is more because you don't want to be starving in the middle of combat. Oh, there's Saint Roka. Like you saw when we fought the Etten and we got a space and then I had to eat. That's what you don't want, but I'm not worried about starving to death, and you typically shouldn't need to either. Nice, Shadow Mimic for the win. Yeah, so we can do similar things to Saint Roka that we did to the Warlord. I mean, it's kind of what Roka is, just a super buff Warlord who can also smite you. I just find it really satisfying when the Shadow Mimic gets a kill. Alright, there he is. Okay, let's check the Petrify odds, just because again we might just win. 17%. Well, I'm feeling lucky. Okay, I'm not feeling lucky. Okay, and let's not mess around because his smites really hurt. I mean, they're not more damage than regular priests. I think it's still only 17 max, but for enemies who have higher hit dice, they use their spells more often. So he's gonna spam smite more than a priest will, believe it or not. I think that's how it works. Okay, so I shouldn't say believe it or not if I'm not 100% sure. Or maybe I should, because you can choose to believe it or not. But yeah, so he's... Oh, okay, Death is giving us a cloud. I think that's a good idea. I think Death's looking out for us here. It's like, dude, you're dropping too low. You might want to stop this. Here's the question. Is Roka just wandering around now? Or did he just start... Did he walk all the way back? He probably just walked all the way back to the end vault. He's going to guard it. Okay, against the Sorcerer, we want to wield our Longsword of Misery for the extra MR. Don't drain me, bro. Stop draining me, bro. Yeah, I should IMB him. I don't know why I'm messing around with shocks. It's so mana efficient though. Alright, time to go. Oh, those statues give you massive amounts of LRD damage. I forgot about those. Also, we have RF on, so that Sun Demon isn't an existential threat. But if you didn't have any RF, this guy should be really scaring you. They're fast and they hit for quite a lot of fire damage. And High Priest can't paralyze, so I don't... Ooh, let's go back up. I don't need to have the MR ring on. I also don't want to be mutated, so let's go up. Let's IMB him. Every time he summons, we can just go back down again and reset his summons. See if we got some food. It's fine. Let's try a statue LRD. I thought those did massive explosions. They changed those. You're so used to, if you blew the statues up, back when LRD destroyed walls, Beer would get really mad and he'd hit you for a bunch of damage. Alright, well the thing about Roka just guarding this end vault is that we can just try to petrify him over and over again until we succeed. And he's just gonna keep coming back. Oh, we got him. Okay. Alright, well we'll blow all the magic points we have on LRDs. I'm not gonna run up and try to stab him. He is paralyzed and we are worshipping Death, who's very good as a stabber god, but we have 0 short blades and 2 stealth. Would not recommend trying to stab something. We're just gonna cheese him with our blowgun again. Probably I'll just shoot all the curare. That's probably unnecessary. Let's just poison him a bit. Okay, he's back. No, LRDs do nothing. What's he wearing? Just a chainmail. Alright, we're gonna curare him again. We're just gonna try to kill him with poison. Seeing that our spells don't really do anything. I mean, we can shoot shocks at him. So shock, because it's an electric spell, will partially ignore enemy AC. So, I mean, it's only a level 1 spell. It's not doing much in the first place, but it is still going to do more than 0. And I got to make sure that we don't die here. Let's, yeah, let's not die. So he's slowed, so we can always step off the screen pretty easily. It won't let me shoot curare. Okay. So I'm just keeping him at the edge of the screen. I'm going to shoot one more curare, which is our last, and then get away, because I don't want to accidentally die. Okay, he died. We're at 26 HP right now. That's 2 smites. So yeah, I probably messed around with him longer than I should have. But we got him in the end. So Death accepts our kill. Our shields increase, spellcasting increases, invo all increase. Unfortunately, no other priest showed up just to poke us to death right at the end there. This guy has a crossbow. Okay, well, we can put a statue between us. And then LRD him around the statue. That's annoying. Okay, we're just gonna kill him. We're out damaging him. We have 18 shield, so he's not gonna kill us too quickly. There's another armor shop. So still looking for a hat. What do we got here? A falchion that has Aralek on it. I don't think we have any other Aralek, but that's a lot of gold to have it at this stage in the game. I think we don't have Snake Pit. Yeah, we don't. So we're not super in need of Aralek. I'm thinking, of course, of Shock Serpents. It's very nice to have it against those. And I mean, a Scimitar of Pain is just a really good weapon, but we're a Blaster caster. We don't need it. Is a Seat Invis Ring. I have one of those already. That's fine. This is the armor shop. So there's magical boots. We've only got plain, and there's also a ruined cloak, which again we have plain. So both of those we're almost certainly going to buy. I'm going to mark them though, because it is better just to search all the shops first before you spend your gold, just in case. Got a weapon shop. I don't know. There's a twisted dagger that we could check. That's an artifact. It's 231 gold. I'm probably not going to. I don't know. I'm sure one of you guys did. You can tell me if it's any good. A +4 ring of slaying. Pretty good item. There's also another magical power ring here. Oh, and an uncursed amulet of the acrobat. Okay, well we actually don't have an amulet at all. So that's not a horrible amulet to have. We can just go absolutely all in on being evasive. So we have an Umbra's Death. It's harder to hit us. If we also have amulet of the acrobat, as we move we're going to have so much evasion. Okay, so I don't think we want the slaying ring. Again, we're being a blaster caster. So we probably would rather just spend our gold on books and other things. But if we wanted to go that route, I'd probably pick up the Ring of Slaying. I'd pick up the Scimitar that has pain on it, and we just train some sort of necromancy spell, and we just have an awesome pain weapon. But we're not going that way. So first of all, I want to buy the armor. We'll buy them both. So let's try the cloak first. It turns out an invis cloak. Alright, that's really useful. And the boots. Boots are flying. Okay, that's fine. And I think we've got 4 enchant armor scrolls. I think we should read one of those and put it on our boots of flying. Okay, so we're flying at all times. We can walk in deep water, but now we're also going to fly over it. And it would also be really good to be able to go invis. So with 5 evocation skill, you get a 50-50 chance of going invis. So for instance, if we're flying, as long as we're not in the water, we can go invis against most swamp enemies, including hydras. And then we can go invis against most of the spiders. All of the spiders. None of the spiders see invis. Yeah, so we can go invis against most things in the spider's nest. I was thinking briefly of entropy weavers. They see invis, but they're not spiders. So yeah, I think it would be a really good idea to just quickly train 5 evocations. We've got a 0 aptitude, so that shouldn't take too much experience just to take that to 5, and then we'll have the ability to go invis at will. I feel like that's more important when we don't have any invis potions. So for instance, Saint Roka can't see invis. That would have been really useful against him. I can't remember any other instances in this game, but I'm sure there have been some that I've forgotten about by now. Yeah, okay, so that's it for Orc. We've still got a bunch of gold to throw around though. So I think let's grab the Amulet of the Acrobat. Especially because we don't have any amulet. I think this is a boost. So we'll put that on. We have 10 evasion right now. With the Amulet of the Acrobat on, we have 25, which is pretty incredible. 22 AC, 25 evasion, 18 shield. That's a lot of defense. We need to train more fighting. Yeah. So for fighting and dodging, both skills that we do want to train, but I'd like to do this other round first. As in, get Invo for Shadow Form to be sufficiently safe. Okay, and then other things, I think it's going to be a little while off until we're using the Book of Power. Let me check. What is our fail rate on Orb of Destruction? 77% and 26 on Iron Shot. For Iron Shot, that's not that high. I don't know. It would be really good. So, for instance, Orb of Destruction lets you kill anything from range. So when we were struggling with Saint Roka there, or the Etten, we could very easily blow both those enemies up just with Orb of Destruction. So I guess even if we're not ready to use it just yet, it would be nice to have because we can always Brilliance. So I'm going to pick that up now. And I mean, unless we found one on the floor, there's almost no chance that we're not going to want the Book of Power in the future. So that's most of our gold now. We've got 666, which is a cursed amount. We're going to learn... we got 11 spell levels left, so we can't quite yet. So of the 2, then I'll take Orb of Destruction over Iron Shot. Okay. So yeah, 77% chance to fail, but we would use Brilliance. Let's drop some of these random things. The +0 Dagger Venom, the +5 Falchion. I'm not willing to drop the Venom Dagger yet because I can imagine situations where we petrify and try to stab. Let's drop the sling bullets though. I don't know why we're picking those up. We don't even have a sling. I don't have those turned on in auto pickup either, so I don't know. I must have had those from very early game. Okay, and the Ring of Wizardry? We probably don't need to couple that with the Staff of Wizardry as well. And as for just walking around the dungeon, I think probably we put poison resistance on. Arguably there's a case to be made for buying the other magic, what are those things even called? The other magical power ring. But I don't know. Once we're finished with the dungeon for quite a while, as we do swamp and spider, we're gonna want our poison anyway. So I'll save our gold and let's go finish off the dungeon. We've got 3 more floors to do. That's a white ugly thing. So I should be blowing him up with IMB, which is the higher damage one. We've got a scroll of amnesia here. Or we could definitely forget magic dart. Yeah, let's just forget magic dart. So now we could not quite learn iron shot, almost. Oh, an acid dragon. I got excited again. I keep getting excited when I see these dragons, because then I think, oh, awesome, we can get scales, but we really can't. Alright, so given the choice, use the metal walls for LRD. It's going to do more damage than the rock walls will. Fine. Oops. Suddenly calcifying dust is fine. We're going up the stairs. Can we not be calcified as an iron draconian? Hang on. We didn't get slowed down there. Wait, are we gonna do... Can we do Catoblepus tricks again? What are we? Grey draconian. Says stability in water. 5 extra AC, 2 earth and minus 2 air. Oh, and unaffected by mephitic clouds. Okay, that's fine. That's strange. We're not our poison, but we're not affected by mephitic clouds. I'm wondering if we're not affected by calcifying ones either. Arolka. Okay. Very dangerous enemy. She can have paralyze and banish. So the first thing I want to do before anything else is get extra MR. She just walked away. Okay. Okay. Well, oh, she blinked. Okay, I think that means she has banish. She has blink. No, she has paralyze. Okay, that's fine. It's only a 10% chance to get us right now. Oh, she... Oh no, she turned us into a mushroom. She had a... Oh, this is really bad. Okay, she polymorphed us into a mushroom, so we can't cast spells anymore. But it wielded... Oh, sorry, it... I've just lost the ability to speak. I'm so dumbfounded by this. It melted all our gear, including our weapon. So we now have less MR than we had before. Now she has a 35% chance to paralyze us. Apparently I can use wands as a mushroom. So we're going to acid her. And when she gets next to us, we're going to punch her. Because that's sort of all we can do. So as a mushroom, you don't get to move. But you can punch things. And you get unarmed attacks that confuse your enemies. There you go, we just killed her. Ah, that was kind of funny. He's a centaur warrior. Apparently we can just kill him with shock. Such as our defensive prowess. Okay, here's a book. That's almost certainly going to be the Book of Power. Because I jinxed that for sure. By saying, unless we found it. Oh, what is this? An occult plant and a floating eye. We killed the floating eye in one. Okay, cool. But what was that? I wonder if that was if this is a weird vault. This is fun. I can shoot my shocks through the plants, but the Occlob can't shoot through the plants. Okay, so if I really cared, I could just keep walking around and keeping plants between us. It was party tricks. Okay, good. So it wasn't the Book of Power. We're going to learn summon butterflies. Yes, I'm really bad at remembering to use this, but it's still a very good spell to have. And, right, we have our clutch in our spell list. That's something else that we can go towards. Yeah, this is some sort of a thing going on with all the Oklobs. If I really didn't want to fight them, let's not die. I could just import out all the items here. Just helping. I dropped lower than I probably should have. Alright, here's the Catopopus. Let's find out. I want to be on the stairs when I do this, just in case. Oh, he can't get me now. He can't shoot over disc clouds. I need to be... I don't want to just die to the Catopopus, so I need to be somewhere where I can get away from him. So let me blink away. Get back to the downstairs. Alright, we're gonna find out. Okay, we're slowing down. Okay, so I can definitely be petrified. Okay. Alright, so we can't do Catopopus tricks. Alright, get him. Okay, that was a bit of science. I'm just spamming my shock. This is how I got in trouble against the N. I was just pretending that I'm doing a real-time speedrun on a melee character. Here's a new pair of rune boots. We're going to check these out. Apparently we need slots. Can we just drop a polymorph one? We have a lot of paralysis charges already. Okay, they're just +2 boots. They look pretty good as red boots, but the flying is better. And actually, I like the purple better with our Umbra from Dith. He has a wand of enslavement, so I probably should kill him quick. Too late. We might... Oh, we got 14 curing. I'll just cure out of it. Stop messing around. We got some nice AoE here. You've got Longsword of Elec and a Buckler of Poison Resistance. Okay. Well, if we didn't have Poison Resistance, I'm gonna kill this guy. I can't. When we run out of mana, out of magic points, our character's basically useless. I don't even have any useful weapons to just hit even just random plain orcs with. Yeah, so if we hadn't already found our poison heading into swamp, and or spider, I would pick up that buckler of poison resistance. That would potentially be really useful. Ow. Right. He has agony, which is the MR version of torment. So I should have wielded our wielded? Weld? I should have wielded our longsword of misery here. We're lagging out again. Come on! I'm spamming the escape key, by the way. That's not my shock macro. I'm not. When the game kicks back in, it's gonna do 50 shocks, and then either we live or the Death Knight lives. Okay, we're back. So the game wants to pick up the Buckler of Poison Resistance. Because we have it already on a ring, I don't want it. Cool. Well, yeah, we may as well just hit this teleport trap. Maybe there's some loot around the corner. Oh, there's a lot of things around the corner, including a hatch up and another downstairs, so I'm glad I did that. Let's test up the hatch. We're on to D14, and we hear the roar of battle. Here's another amnesia scroll. I think the rest of the scrolls, so spells that we have, we want to keep for now. If we had the ability to reliably cast Iron Shot, maybe we wouldn't need LRD. But I think for the moment, maybe we wouldn't need Mystic Blast. But I think for the moment we still want Mystic Blast. We picked up a new scroll. Let's ID that. It's Silence. That's a good one to have, even though of course we're a spellcaster. There are some things you just don't want casting spells against you, even if you're not casting either. Nicola. We have one magic map. Let's see if we can be greedy. A Raiju. That's got to be a fake. Something invisible is hitting me. It's an unseen horror. Okay, fine. Okay, so if we're close, let's go in as we reach level 15. Our scales feel tougher. Nice. So we're going to see if we're close to it, and if we're not, when we get an indication of the Bailey, then I might consider reading magic mapping, but we might just get lucky. It's distant, so that means we're actually kind of close, because distant, very distant means far away, close means you're very close, and distant means kind of close. So it's probably just around here somewhere. Yep, it's right there. Okay, cool. So we got to save our one magic mapping. Alright, let's go in. I think this is the one with all the knolls. No. Okay. It's good to note that we have 6 immolation scrolls, so we can potentially make a huge explosion and blow up all the orcs. But if they're all just going to be these... So there are gnolls. If they're just going to be all these plain gnolls and orcs, then we don't need to worry. Not that it matters, but in this layout on most characters, you should be looking out for crystal plate armor. I think it's often in this one. Have we seen it yet? I'm doing a search for just dot. Oh, it's going to hide useless items. No, we have not seen one. But I wouldn't be surprised if one of these enemies has a crystal plate armor on. Yeah, these are all just weak enemies. I think at the end there might be a warlord. Oh, actually, this usually has a bunch of sorcerers at the end, I think. I don't know. I'm just happy using shock so as not to make a huge amount of noise. Okay, we're in the treasure room after fighting just warriors. Interesting. A blinking scroll, a bunch of enchant armor. Okay, here's the thing. We've got 5 enchant armor scrolls. We're using this large shield pretty reliably. As in it's not hindering our spells. And it's really nice to have a large shield of fire resistance. So I'm wondering if maybe we should just use our 5 enchant armor scrolls on that. Because the only other armor that we could enchant now would be a hat if we ever find one. Or I guess if we found magical gloves, we'd want to enchant those. But yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of just having a pumped up large shield at this point. Make us even more survivable, even though we sort of don't need that. But I don't know. We now have 23 shield skill. And that's going to keep increasing as we train the shield up to 25. These are real weak enemies. Oh, there's a warlord. Okay, and he's got a bardish. Okay, why don't we read an immolation and just blow everything up? We can have a bit of fireworks. Okay, cool. Okay, and he's gonna stand in the fire, hitting us with the Bardiche probably, because he's dumb. Why don't I cannot. If I do this. Cool. Alright. Well, that was kind of easier than messing around with all the curare and the like. And we got a bit of explosions going on. It's always fun. Cool. So there's a bunch more stuff in here. Alright, so a Staff of Cold. I think that's our only RC that we've ever found this game, which is quite exciting. Oh, right, we have it on the Sword of Misery as well. Okay, well, I'm going to carry it out of the Bailey here. We got a book with Animate Dead Death Channel Simulacrum. So if we do want to go all in on the Necromancy, which I mean isn't impossible, we have a Pain Weapon, we have Vile Clutch in our spell list, and now we've got some of the higher level Necromancy spells. I don't think we will, but it's possible. Let's ID this scroll. It's acquirement. Okay, cool. And this potion is experience. Wow. Okay, so that was some amazing loot in here. And let me just do Control F dot. Let me just see if I was right about the crystal plate armor. No. Okay. All right. Well, let's quaff the experience first, I guess. Feel more experienced. Why don't I just put it all in evocations? What does that look like? Takes it to 7.4. Takes it to 8.6. I like the idea of that. Okay. That brings Shadow Form down to 24% chance to fail. That's still too high, so I want to keep going. Let's take it to 10 now. Okay, but that's still a lot better than where it was. Okay, so for acquirement, what do we want to do? If we do armor, we're almost certainly going to be given a hat, because that's the one slot that we haven't seen. An acquirement is weighted towards things that you've never seen before. So if you're doing armor, you're likely to say you've never seen boots in your game. You're more likely to get boots. Because we've never seen a hat, we'll almost certainly get a hat. So I like the idea of a hat. If we're really lucky, we could get a magic resistance hat. So let's go armor. Other options, weapon would be useless. We sort of don't really need anything else. Jewelry, I mean, maybe we could get an artifact amulet. But this early in the game, jewelry acquirement tends to be pretty crappy. Because again, it's weighted towards things you've never seen. And there's still a lot of base jewelry that you haven't. So you just get, a +2 ring of evasion or something crappy like that. And book, I think we're more than sorted on the book front. So is it a hat? Okay, it's not a hat, but it's an artifact large shield. So this is right after I decided to pump up our shield. We're given a +5 large shield of plus regen and int +3. Okay, well that's something else I also want to carry out. I don't want this to be lost. Let's just drop the 4 charges on the Wand of Enslavement. Okay. One final check, Control F, and then dot just shows everything on your floor. Okay, I haven't missed anything. Alright, so that raises some questions. Okay, so now we got a +6 large shield and a +5 large shield. I think for this stage of the game that we're about to go into, so our Lemrin branches, I think the large shield of Okhag that we just found is better. The little bit of extra int will help us, and the extra regen is also just more generally useful. And then if we need it, say we meet a unique like Azrael, we have a protection from firing, so we can easily switch to it. Now, When we get to the later game, when we're talking Zot, when we're talking about Orb of Fire, the large shield of fire resistance might well be more useful. But I think for the moment, I'm going to drop fire resistant shield and shield of protection. I'm going to switch to this one, the regen shield. Alright, so yeah. Game punished me for enchanting our large shield of fire resistance. And then there was something else. I wanted to drop the Staff of Cold. That if we want to use cold spells, this might be more useful than our Longsword of Misery. But for the moment, Misery is better. And then I think that's everything I was carrying out. Yeah, I can probably also drop enchant weapon scrolls. We don't really need to be carrying those around everywhere. Alright, so that was a pretty amazing Bailey. With all the loot in there. How do I kill you? You're immune to my shocks. I can't. I can't shoot my other spells through the plants. There we go. Alright. We've got our Wand of Flaming to own eels. You know what as well? Let's stop focusing invocations now that Shadow Form is kinda castable. We'll just train it normally. So we'll get evocations to 5, we're still trying to quickly get there. And then I don't know, we might start trading some more fighting dodging. Or we might train to get Iron Shot, Orb of Destruction castable. Or maybe even Vile Clutch, I don't know. I have too many things I want to do. We have enough magic points to learn Iron Shot now. That's 17% chance. Oh, Hydra. Alright, I don't mind if the Hydra attacks us a couple of times with how crazy our defenses are. Oh, there's another Potion of Experience. Okay, we've been super blessed. Alright, if we go all into Invo again, it'll go to 10.7. Alright, let's do it. Nice. We go up to level 17. This is great. And our Shadow Form has dropped to 11% chance to fail. Alright, I like this a lot better. We're going to train Invocations up to level 11 because I can't bear to look at 10.7. And then that's probably good enough for now. A 10% chance on Shadow Form, I think for this point in the game, is probably fine. He has an artifact broadaxe. Alright, we're done exploring. Okay, let's have a look at D15. Oh, we hear a distant snort. Alright. Okay, we've got one magic mapping again. I should probably not just be messing around with shocks here, I say as I keep doing it. Because I don't want to take a bunch of damage so that we can go into the Bailey. Not the Bailey, the thing. I don't know what I'm saying. There is a labyrinth somewhere. I don't want to rest because I want to find it. So I don't want to take lots of damage. So I shouldn't just be letting 3 enemies hit us while using shocks. There you go, I said it. We had a distant drum. Okay, so it's again close. So we might be lucky like with the Bailey, where we don't have to use our magic mapping. Although I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know where I was. We're probably over here somewhere that it's distant from. Rakshasa. Got him. Yeah, it's fine. Our defense is own. We can just use shocks as we stand adjacent to a Hydra. It's actually really crazy. Our defenses are just nutty. Okay, it's still distant. So it's distant from here. It probably means it's down a bit. So if we, that also, these black tiles here, that might be a treasure trove. One of the things about the labyrinth is it often doesn't have a vault. It's just a single tile that the entrance is on. So it can be kind of hard to find. It's nearby. Alright. That stone wall there is probably our depths entrance vault, which I don't want to mess with yet. So I'm going to try to stay away from that. Still haven't seen it. It was nearby from there. Let's head this way then. It's still nearby. Oh, there it is. I saw it. I just didn't notice. Okay, cool. Let's get in. Okay, with these labyrinths, if you assess this and say, hey, these things are too difficult, you can always just leave. So yeah, there's no penalty to come in and test the labyrinth. But we're going to do that to start the next episode. So if you join me then, we'll do labyrinth. We'll finish off that tiny bit of the dungeon that's still to go, and then we'll start doing our labyrinth branches. See you then.